There was a time when BMW did not need hype. You bought it because it felt alive, the steering talked, the chassis moved with you, and everything revolved around the driver. Now the cars are faster, louder, more digital, but somehow less connected. So here's the real question. When did BMW stop being BMW? The era of balance. To understand the present, you have to revisit the late 20th century, the era that defined the brand. During the 1980s and 1990s, BMW carved out a distinct identity between rivals like Mercedes-Benz and Audi. Mercedes emphasized luxury and prestige. Audi leaned into technology and design innovation. BMW chose a different lane, driving purity. Cars such as the BMW E30 M3 became icons not because they were outrageous, but because they were honest. Originally built to satisfy racing homologation rules, the E30 M3 delivered razor-sharp steering, communicative suspension, and a lightweight chassis that rewarded skill. It wasn't about straight-line speed. It was about connection. That philosophy filtered through the lineup. The BMW E36 3 Series and BMW E46 3 Series refined the formula. These were daily drivers that felt alive on winding roads. Even base models carried the same DNA near 50/50 weight distribution, rear-wheel drive balance, and hydraulic steering rich with feedback. Automotive journalists routinely used BMW as the benchmark. When discussing steering feel, they referenced BMW. When describing chassis balance, they referenced BMW. The company didn't need shock value. Its confidence came from engineering depth. Growth brings pressure. Success, however, complicates purity. By the early 2000s, BMW was expanding globally. Regulations tightened, safety requirements increased, emission standards grew stricter. Customers wanted more comfort, more technology, and quieter cabins. Growth demanded broader appeal. One of the first unavoidable changes was weight. Modern crash structures, additional airbags, sound insulation, and large infotainment systems all added mass. Physics doesn't negotiate. Heavier cars feel different. Engineers countered with aluminum components, stronger engines, and stiffer suspensions. Performance numbers improved, but the delicacy began to fade. Then came steering. For decades, BMW relied on hydraulic steering systems known for rich feedback. But hydraulic pumps consume fuel constantly. Electric power steering, by contrast, activates only when needed and integrates seamlessly with driver assistance systems. Efficiency improved. Feel suffered. BMW tuned its EPS systems carefully, and many drivers still enjoy them. Yet, compared to the tactile communication of older models, something subtle was missing. It wasn't catastrophic. It was cumulative, the turbocharged transition. Another turning point came when BMW embraced turbocharging across much of its lineup. Historically, BMW's inline-six engines were naturally aspirated, high-revving, and linear in power delivery. Throttle response was immediate and predictable. The engine note felt mechanical and authentic. Turbocharged engines brought clear advantages: more torque at lower RPM, better fuel efficiency, and stronger acceleration figures. On paper, the cars improved dramatically. 0 to 60 times dropped, output numbers climbed. But turbocharging changes character. Power delivery becomes less linear. Sound often requires artificial enhancement. The experience shifts from progressive buildup to muscular surge. Many buyers welcomed the added performance. Enthusiasts debated what was lost. BMW did not become slower, it became faster, yet for some, less emotional. The SUV revolution. In 1999, BMW introduced the BMW X5. It wasn't labeled an SUV, but a sports activity vehicle. The terminology was strategic. BMW wanted performance credibility intact. The X5 was a success, commercially and critically. It combined SUV practicality with relatively sharp handling. Then came the X3, then the X6, then more variants. SUVs generated enormous revenue. Globally, especially in markets like China and the United States, demand surged. Engineering resources naturally followed profitability. Sedans and coupes remained important, but the company's center of gravity shifted. BMW was no longer primarily a sedan and coupe enthusiast brand. It was a global luxury powerhouse with a dominant SUV portfolio. This shift wasn't unique. Mercedes-Benz and Audi did the same. But BMW's original identity was more tightly tied to driving engagement, making the transformation feel more dramatic. The distinction became subtle but meaningful. BMW started building cars for people who loved the badge as much as, or more than, the driving experience itself. The design shockwave. Up to this point, the evolution had been gradual. Weight increases could be explained, turbocharging was industry-wide, electric steering was regulatory and technological progress. But design changes are visible immediately. For decades, BMW styling was restrained. Kidney grills were proportionate, lines were clean, aggression came from stance and balance rather than exaggeration. Cars like the E39 5 Series aged gracefully because they didn't chase trends. In the late 2010s, that restraint disappeared. The kidney grille expanded dramatically, becoming the focal point of the front fascia. When the BMW G80 M3 and BMW G82 M4 debuted, reactions were immediate and polarized. Online forums erupted, comment sections flooded with criticism and defense. BMW executives made clear the bold styling was intentional. In a digital age dominated by social media thumbnails and viral imagery, subtlety no longer guaranteed attention. Controversy did. From a business perspective, the gamble worked. Sales remained strong. In key global markets, aggressive styling resonated with younger buyers. Visibility became a strategic asset, but for longtime fans, the shift symbolized something deeper. BMW seemed to prioritize spectacle over harmony. From machine to device, the interior transformation reinforced this perception. Physical buttons diminished, screens expanded, curved displays and layered menus replaced tactile controls. The cars felt more like digital ecosystems than mechanical instruments. Again, this reflects broader industry trends. Buyers expect seamless smartphone integration, advanced driver assistance systems, and over-the-air updates. BMW competes in a world where technology is as important as torque. Yet the cumulative effect is clear. The analog intimacy that once defined the brand has been diluted by software-driven complexity. BMW still engineers impressive machines. Modern M cars deliver extraordinary performance. The chassis tuning remains competitive. The braking systems are formidable. The vehicles are objectively better in many measurable ways. But engagement is not always measurable. Success as the double-edged sword. BMW did not collapse. It did not suddenly lose competence. In fact, by most financial metrics, it succeeded. SUV dominance, expanded global presence, and advanced electrification initiatives have positioned the company for long-term survival. The tension lies in identity. Is BMW primarily a driver-focused performance brand, a luxury lifestyle symbol, a technology-forward mobility company, a global status icon? Decades ago, the answer was simpler. Today, it depends on market, model, and audience. Brands rarely decline because they become incompetent. More often, they evolve so aggressively that they dilute what made them distinct. BMW stands at that crossroads. Can BMW reclaim its core? The future is not predetermined. BMW's engineering capability remains strong. Models like the current M2 and certain rear-wheel drive sedans demonstrate that the company still understands balance and dynamics. Electrification introduces new challenges, but also new opportunities to rethink engagement. The real question isn't whether BMW builds fast cars. It does. It isn't whether BMW builds luxurious vehicles. It does that too. The question is whether the company can protect the intangible qualities, steering feel, chassis honesty, mechanical intimacy that once defined its soul while adapting to a world driven by regulation, software, and global scale. BMW did not change overnight. It evolved through decades of incremental decisions shaped by regulation, technology, and market demand. Each decision made sense individually, Together, they reshaped the brand. Whether that reshaping represents progress or drift depends on perspective. But one thing is certain. If BMW wants the phrase ultimate driving machine to remain more than nostalgic marketing, it must decide what that phrase truly means in a digital, electrified future. Because once a brand built on feel loses its feel, numbers alone can't bring it back. BMW isn't worse, it's just different. Faster, louder, more advanced, but does it still feel the same when you're behind the wheel? If you enjoyed this breakdown, like and subscribe for more honest car content, and let me know in the comments when you think BMW changed.